everyone, welcome back. My people, it don't set like there is tension everywhere in Nigeria right now. A lot of dramas. So after they granted Sowore, Barrister Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, as well as others, bail, they now rearrested Sowore again. My people, up to now, nobody knows Sowore's whereabouts. But that is not the cocoa. My people, before I allow you guys to see what, like the eyewitnesses, what they are saying concerning Sowore arrest. Look at this Ogbonga breaking news today. You guys know that last week we had the rumor about coup plot against Tinubu. Today, Tinubu sacked Chief of Defense Staff Christopher Musa, and then he now appointed Oloyede as new CDS. Yorubanization in action. Like the fear of coup is the beginning of wisdom. My people, let's see what Nigerians are saying. So this person said, that coup story was true. How did they intend to kill the president on live TV on Independence Day? That one no fit work, and the country could become Afghanistan. And this person said, the alleged coup attempt should be an eyes opener for the government to do better. You cannot run a country this way and you don't expect an intervention at some point. Let the people see democracy working and stop all this nonsense. Let our vote count. So this person said, changing service chief is not the solution to stopping coup in Nigeria. And also, stop tribal-centric and nepotistic appointment. It can bring anger among people. Even in the military, try and unite Nigerians by openly condemning tribalism and bigotry. And this person said, they removed the only Northern service chief and replaced with a Yoruba man. We have never seen anything like this before. And this person said, Tinubu practicing Yoruba monopoly in all public positions. So my people, this particular breaking news has raised like eyebrows, like Nigerians are reacting like massively, and many people now believe that this coup plot rumor is kind of true, because like why now? Like why now, my people? Anyway, let me allow you guys to listen to some of the videos, like what people are saying concerning this particular arrest of Sowore, like what happened today, as well as Nnamdi Kanu's court case. You know that he has, fired all his lawyers, and now he is defending himself. So take a listen, and do wait to subscribe, like, share, and also leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing so.
What transpired at the courts some minutes ago.
All right, thank you very much. Well, let me start from when we drove into this area of Kuje. There was a barrage of police officers with heavy trucks, with pickups, with hillocks, mounted all over the environment, blockading the courts, the access to the court, and only lawyers were allowed to come in. Then we approached court, and the matter of Sowore and 13 others, including our lawyer Jimako, Okere, Kingdom, and others, were called up. We applied after the FIR was read to them. We applied for their bail. The court was gracious enough to grant them bail on very liberal terms. Now, having granted bail, the correctional officers moved some of the detainees back to Kuje prison, whereas Sowore was allowed to remain behind so as to fulfill his bail condition, because his shorty was already on ground. While the shorty was fulfilling the bail condition, a policeman came around claiming that he has a remand order. Sowore was sitting under this mango tree here, claiming he has a remand order to detain Sowore. And Sowore was like, show me the order you have. He brought out a piece of paper, flashed it. Sowore said, wait, let me read it. Let me be sure it relates to me. The policeman squeezed the paper, put it in his pocket, and said Sowore should move. Sowore said he can't go anywhere unless he sees the remand order. While they were still talking, the next thing, all the policemen in the environment, more than 100 of them, came into this court compound, surrounded this mango tree where we're all sitting. And the next thing is, they grabbed Sowore by the neck. Some were holding his shirt, some were holding his leg. They were rough handling him. They pushed him until they crashed into this woman's food shop. I don't know what to call it, where he sells food. This is his table. Okay, let me show you. That's the woman's table. They broke it, fell her way, scattered everything. The woman is there. They destroyed her properties for no just cause. Sowore was not resisting going. He said, show me the order you claim that you have, and I will follow you. But the man did not show the order. He just flashed a piece of paper like this so that you can't read it, and then squeezed it and put it in his pocket, and they all bundled him into their vehicle. One of the lawyer, Tope, was injured. If you check his hand, he's injured. Blood was coming out. His beard, this white thing we wear on the neck, was stained with blood. All of us, we ran away. And then the funny thing is that there was a guy who was the lawyer. He was making a call here. They say he was filming them. They also bundled him into their vehicle and left. And they refused anybody from bringing out their phones. If they saw you with phone, they grab you and throw you into their vehicle. So I want to find out really from Nigeria and from the Inspector General of Police. Did you give your men order to arrest people who video them in when they are arresting people? If you are doing a good work, shouldn't you want to advertise it so that people know, oh, I'm doing a good work? Why are you scared of being videoed? Why are you doing your things in secret? Sowore said that you are a retired police officer. You are not qualified to be Inspector General. Sort it out with him and come. Why send your men to brutalize him whenever he raises that issue outside? Why do you send your men to brutalize? Because that is the essence of that brutality you saw. It was as if there's something personal between the police officers and Sowore. I don't think it was just because there's a remand order. I think there's something deep personal, and they really want to show him that they can deal with him anyhow and anywhere. That's what I saw here. Thank you.
So let's start with your full name. No,
okay, my full name now. Ogugu is my name.
Okay, yes, sir. Can you tell us what transpired?
So I came in here. At that point, Sowore was sitting right there, and with his lawyers and a few people, he was standing right behind. And you know, all of a sudden, some guy shows up with a white kaftan, and he had a white hat on, and another guy had a brown kaftan on, and he just said, "Oh, something like." I guess he had to cut some kind of remand order or something like that. And then they said, show us the order. The man had in his pocket. He said, no. First of all, he came, he said, no filming me here. Everybody shut your camera down. As he was talking, his militarized police were all over the place. He said, anybody film here, we'll arrest them. I think they took somebody in the back. I wasn't privy to that. But, you know, and then they said, show us the court order. He had the thing in his pocket. He's like, see, I'm here, see, I'm here. The lawyer said, let us see what do you want to take him to? And all of a sudden, boom, they just bundled him, run him over this woman's table. Just so total toggery, unnecessary. These are police officers. Is that how you run the show? Nah, if that's how you run the show, you're not running a show. Let's be very clear. And you know, and this country is too big for that. You know what I mean? So they were very, very unruly. And I think there was some personal vendetta. And I noticed something also. The guy in the brown had a little conversation with Sowore, where Sowore said to him, I don't know the guy's name. He said to him, you've been doing this since yesterday. This is personal to you. And the guy was saying, you will see today. So if anything happens to Sowore, I'm going to pinpoint that guy. I was I'm very concerned about.
Nigeria police force conducted themselves in these premises today. So this is an abuse of the powers of the police. And then it was not only Mr. Sowore that was affected in this chaos that the police demonstrated here today. Lawyers were affected. Lawyers were injured. Lawyers were arrested. Ordinary Nigerians who wanted to capture the experience of what was happening today were arrested and bundled out of this place simply for videoing the situation with their phone. People who were trading were beaten and their goods were destroyed in these premises today. Lawyers who came to represent a lawyer who came to represent the client here today was arrested because he was calling his client and said, okay, court is now sitting. Where are you now? They bundled him away that nobody should use phone because the police were in the premises and they were afraid of being videoed or being captured on tape because of the manner they were conducting themselves. So it is the highest level of there are a lot of issues, but most importantly, the ordinary Nigerians who were affected here today, the journalists who were affected here today must report it. Many journalists let's record this in March. Yes, we don't even know the lawyer. We are trying to look for the client who he came to represent, but he has been arrested and bundled out of this place today. So it's a shameful situation. It's unfortunate. It's an abuse of power, and it is not something that we expect that Nigerians should continue to condone because they brought Mr. Sowore here on the purported allegation that Mr. Sowore has flaunted and violated court order. Meanwhile, they have flaunted and violated the court order granting Mr. Sowore bail here because they did not allow him the opportunity to perfect his bail. If you grant somebody bail and you give the person condition, bring a shorty. It is for me to now call somebody that I know meets the bail condition to come and shorty me. They have not even given him the opportunity to call anybody or to discuss with anybody to come and stand shorty for him. But we are working on all that procedure as it is now.
Oh my God.
Thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure, Esther.
There are
But
fears about what is currently going on with Nnamdi Kanu's case. I spoke with Lolo in America today, Madam Pinto, and she was in court. If you had seen some of the videos out there, she was in court today having to represent or rather be part of the witnesses to the case. And I interviewed her during the World News on 6, and she said that most of the clement pleas that were given by Nnamdi Kanu, that the court refused to adhere to it. According to her, she feels that the judge was harsh and refused to grant Nnamdi Kanu some of his pleas. I asked her why the legal team were discarded by Nnamdi Kanu, the entire legal team, and she said it feels like there is nothing more they can do. They've exhausted all they can do. But Omoyele Sowore's lawyer is saying something else during the World News at 12 when he was being interviewed, and what he said was that they petitioned all of them, and so Nnamdi Kanu decided to let them go for their petition. So it doesn't seem like because of him, lawyers who have attained a certain height may be disbarred or something. I don't know how that factors in. But Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid said he doesn't believe that, and that Nnamdi Kanu discarding his legal team is very dangerous for him. It's not going to help his case. He doesn't understand what he's up to or what he's doing, and this will not help to facilitate or prove any form of clarity concerning what is ongoing. He may be able to defend himself, but there are some things that lawyers would know, and some terminologies, some technicalities involved that he may not know, no matter how ingrained he is on the case. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid also believes that, because I asked him, I said, what if these key witnesses Nnamdi Kanu has called out do not appear in court? What does that mean for his case? And the court only gave Nnamdi Kanu just 6 days. In 6 days, Nnamdi Kanu is meant to cross-examine almost more than 10 or 12, 23 witnesses, and some of them are 7 governors, former 7 governors, persons of high position. So they have filed out the summon today. The court has asked all the persons mentioned by Nnamdi Kanu to appear in court as soon as possible, meaning that by tomorrow the cross-examination of Nnamdi Kanu will commence. The question is this: what if they do not appear? What happens? That's one. That's for tomorrow. I think he'll make a list of certain persons he's meant to cross-examine. So if they don't come tomorrow, what then happens? He just has 6 days to prove his case. What would you say to this?
Now, Esther, things are getting messier here. Any stampeded judgment is not a judgment, because that is what it's looking like.
What do you mean stampeded judgment?
Yes, because that is what is going on here. They are trying to stampede Nnamdi Kanu. All these years that this case has been there, what are they doing? What is this hurry all about? It's a simple question. What is it? Why would you give a man just 6 days to prepare for a defense in a case like this, if there is no untoward event?
Yeah, well, if Nnamdi Kanu has been saying let his case be accelerated, that's what they're doing.
No. Look, what Nnamdi Kanu says is not the issue here. The issue is that justice must be done and seem to be done. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
By the time you deny him the proper preparation for his case, well, you have not done anything now. You just want to convict him, and that would not be proper. They should not forget that the whole world is watching and waiting for this case.
I don't think with the countenance of the judge today in court, I don't think they care about how the world is perceiving anything.
They will care. By the time the sanctions will come, don't worry yourself.
Who will sanction?
I said, don't worry.
Explain. Who will sanction who? What sanctions?
Ordinary genocide case here. You see how they were rattled.
Okay, so you think there will be sanctions?
They started going to US to go and do damage control.
If there were going to be sanctions, shouldn't that have happened all this while that Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention? If there were going to be
they want sanctions to see if justice will be done. That is it. It's after the case has been adjudicated upon that, people will now look into the matter.
So you think there'll be sanctions because of one person by the UK or the US?
Yes, if they can take a closer look at this genocide case, why wouldn't they take a closer?
If they were interested in Nnamdi Kanu's case, would have been hearing talks about it from them in the media, in the press, with their own media as well, like the genocide case. The principle of sovereignty will not allow them to do what you are suggesting. Okay.
The sovereignty of the states will not allow them to come in and start. They will wait. If you have done what is not right, they will sanction you. That is what in fact, the UN have written 3 letters concerning Nnamdi Kanu to Nigerian government. It's on record. So if at the end of the day, proper things are not done, you think they will just clap for Nigerian government for what they have done? No. More so when Nnamdi Kanu is a UK citizen. They just want to, allow them to do their thing without any imposition or intimidation. But this particular idea of 6 days notice or whatever, sincerely, it
has started counting. It's no longer 6 days, it's 5 days now.
It doesn't all go well. It doesn't. Because from the time the prosecution closed their case, recently when this matter came up, it was almost two months plus. Is that not true?
Yes.
That gap, what were they doing with it?
But you know that Nnamdi Kanu recently found that he was supposed to go to a national hospital for checkup.
That was when the issue of his e-health started now. Okay. It started recently. But between that time and when this thing, what were they doing? But
I'm surprised that Nnamdi Kanu wants to be in charge of this case for somebody who we heard was dying, for somebody whom we heard that his health situation was deteriorating and he needed medical attention as soon as possible.
Remember, the first time he tried this thing, I was here and I told him, don't try that.
Try what?
Trying to take over his case. Okay. On what ground? No, on what ground? If he has any legal background, I would say, okay. But it's not possible. And a matter like this, if it's a landlord and tenant case, your lawyer can sit in for you, or you can stand in for yourself, but not in this matter. Not in this matter. I think he's taking a risk. He had tried it before, and later the lawyers came back. So why are you trying it again? If you are waiting to delay your case, this is not the best way. This is not the way to go about it.
Waiting to delay his case? You think this is a delay tactic?
Because he said 3 months to prepare.
But you see, 3 months to prepare by himself.
That's what I'm saying now, but they refuse.
Yeah, they declined.
So that's what I'm telling you now. It's a way of saying.
In fact, today itself, if not because he was one that is to present his case, he was supposed to do it today. But all the key witnesses he mentioned yesterday had not been served. Now, so that was why they just gave him 24 hours.
Hold on. Was it Nnamdi Kanu that invited these witnesses or his legal counsel? I don't know exactly.
Immediately after Nnamdi Kanu met with his legal counsel yesterday at Court 7 in Abuja, because that was where they started with their strategic conversation. They didn't do it at the DSS custody. After that meeting, that was when Nnamdi Kanu now mentioned all his witnesses, all of these persons. After he mentioned them, he's to appear in court today, which he did. He presented all these persons and defended the reason why they needed to come appear in court. So the court has agreed to these persons he has called out as witnesses to come to court. In other words, they have been summoned and they must come. All of their letters have been written and dispatched. What we don't know is if these persons will come, specifically for 7 governors who have immunity. If they do not come, then what happens? Barrister Tunji says just contempt, nothing more. How will this affect his case?
No. If they may not refuse to come. If they are subpoenaed.
Yeah.
And there will be another subpoena that will follow.
What subpoena order in 6 days? Remember, he has just 6 days.
Esther.
Yeah.
Good. If they now refuse to come,
okay,
the court will now order them to come to court because yes, their witnesses or testimony is needed.
Okay.
They cannot say no. This is a question of what? Law. You must obey and abide by it. There are some cases that the court will force you to come to testify. They will force you, even though you are at liberty. And to make corrections here, most of the people are serving governors. the serving governor, immunity does not stop you from coming to testify. Immunity stops you from being a defendant in a court case. That is, nobody can take you to court as a sitting governor or president or governor. You know, nobody can take you to court. But where your witness is needed, why would you come? If somebody's life is in danger, you are just a witness. No, you have no case in court. So I don't see how immunity will stop you from doing that. That somebody's life is in danger, and you as a governor, your witness is needed to arrive at a conclusion, and you say immunity. Are you under investigation? Are you under prosecution? That is where that immunity will come in. So they should not play that card that they're under immunity. A minister is not under immunity. A minister.
Okay, but what about the governors?
That's what I'm telling you. That a governor is under immunity.
Okay.
You can investigate him for any criminal infraction in office.
Right.
Good. But you cannot take him to court. Even though the investigation has clearly said that, yes, this governor, you have done so, and so while in office. You wait for him to finish his term in office before you can take him to court. But when it comes to what? Witnesses, Esther. Okay, look at it this way. If the governor's mother or father is in court and his witnesses is needed to either free them or jail them, he will refuse to come, Abi. No, is it possible? The governor must come for witnesses to testify on a matter. Pure ED. It doesn't require him saying that immunity covers you. Yes, we know. You know, you cannot be, you cannot be prosecuted for whatever you do in office. But you can testify at the convenience of the court. If it is that your presence is overly important, you must come. You must come. Because we are talking of life and death. If the witness of a governor is needed to free or jail a man, you say he should not come because he's under immunity. Esther, is that possible? So the court, you don't want people want to stretch the law. They choose what they want to obey and leave the other. They choose one to obey and leave the other. No governor can tell me that to testify in court, he was not allowed under the law because he's under immunity. But when they want to chop money, immunity does not stop them.
But Barrister, this is a very sensitive situation,
yes,
very delicate one.
Yes. So
based on what Madam Pinto narrated as to what she observed in court today, she said it didn't look encouraging for her. She doesn't understand the reason why the lawyers were discarded. I don't know why the lawyers were discarded. I don't know if Nnamdi Kanu did not give any specific. I'm coming. He did not give any specific reason. But here is the thing that's very important for us to understand the context. I know the case is ongoing and it's not something that we need to really discuss the strategy and whatever potential that is needed. But this case has dragged on for so long. We've got different court judgments that have acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. They've asked the federal government to even pay damages. That they haven't done. That they did not adhere to. I don't know if he would apply it in his defense starting from tomorrow. What would you consider to be treasonable felony? Because that's the trial he's going through now. What would you consider or term as treasonable felony?
Esther, whenever you have threatened the state, whenever you have done anything that would threaten the stability of the state.
Threaten the stability of the state,
yes,
of a nation.
The state, now that's the nation.
Okay.
Like
right,
a coup or whatever. Trying to succeed through arms insurrection.
All right. Okay.
These are things that will fall into treason.
Does he fit into what you just described?
He doesn't. That is why all of us are surprised. Remember those children that went to protest that end hunger strike and they slammed them with so
and bad
government can, when they want to keep you busy, they will bring any charge on you.
No. Let's focus on this context because we need to understand. Some people feel that there is selectivity in when it comes to the dispensation of justice or when it comes to the application of the rule of law or the Nigerian Nigerian rule of law, there is selectivities. For some persons, it doesn't apply. For some persons, it's applied to the T. The dots and the T's are applied. So in the context of this case, for any ordinary Nigerian who needs to understand, if Nnamdi Kanu has been tried for treasonable felony, and according to be held responsible if anybody acts on things that he said that could be considered having to create chaos or topple the state or the country, could that also be something that could work against him or against his defense or against his interest? Also, number 3, the prosecution counsel basically presented oral materials which involved all the narratives he said, his broadcast, everything is on social media, and some of the interrogations that they had with him. But the question of if they saw anything on him that you would consider to be possibly armory, clash of arms, whatever, none of that was physically seen with him, aside from the items they took from him in 2015, which anybody can actually have access to at this day and age. So how would you describe those different scenarios that I have created?
Esther, if you have been charged for an offense, the onus is on you to free yourself. Are you getting me?
Okay.
Yeah, the onus is on you and your counsel to free yourself from such a charge.
All right.
This is what the federal government is alluding. The onus is on Kanu's lawyers to say no, under the law, this thing does not qualify to be treasonable felony. With the relevant sections of the law and all that. So that is where we are. All those things that the federal government is doing, they know where they are going. They are looking for how to shorten Nnamdi Kanu down. Because if we go by what has happened before and the court judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, he ought to be free by now. But the federal government is looking at a situation whereby they will be at the receiving end and then pay all that compensation that the court have said they should pay Nnamdi Kanu. You see, these are the reasons why they are trying to make things difficult. All this stampeded, accelerated hearing is part of the game.
Barrister Darlington, Section 41 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria, which stipulates treasonable felonies, which includes to remove during the president's term of office otherwise than by constitutional means the president as head of state of the federation and commander-in-chief of the armed forces thereof, or to likewise remove during his term of office the governor of a state, or to levy war against Nigeria in order by force or constraint to compel the president to change his measures or counsels, or in order to put any force or constraint upon, or in order to intimidate or overawe any House of National Assembly or any other legislative or legislature authority, or to instigate any foreigner to make any armed invasion of Nigeria or any of the territories thereof, and manifest such intention by an overt act, is guilty of a felony and is liable to imprisonment for life. A person charged with any of the felonies defined in this section is not entitled to be acquitted on the ground that any act proved to have been committed by him constitutes the offense of treason, but a person who has been tried and convicted or acquitted or on the charge of any such offense cannot be afterwards prosecuted for treason in respect of the same facts.
Esther, the Nigerian state and the officials have done all these things put together. They have, either directly or indirectly. So if they want to prosecute, they should have started from the beginning. It was in this country that some people, officers of state, because of the power that they have, they went outside this country to bring in terrorists into this country. True or false? Is that not a fact?
True.
It got so bad that our elder statesmen had to go and sue Buhari in court for 50 billion naira because he was the arrowhead of insecurity in Nigeria. I'm talking of a sitting president. We were here when El Rufai and some other Kawu Baraji, all of them, they told us how they brought these people. Esther, what happened to all those people? You see, I don't want to be emotional before all those people. They are waiting to hear what I will say. I don't want to be emotional.
I'm speaking with you as a legal practitioner, not a person who doesn't understand the illegal intakes of the case.
Esther, what effect will it make? It doesn't matter.
No, we want to understand where the Nigerian government is coming from in this case.
Hold on now. If you understand what will happen, you mean they are not aware of what I just said now? They know. Esther, they are aware.
The question, President
So what would you want them to do?
Did Nnamdi Kanu level war against Nigeria? Did he level war against Nigeria?
Did he do that? What way? Where? When?
Did he ask? Did he seek for the overthrow of late Muhammadu Buhari's administration through either by coup or any legal means, or any means rather, to change national policies or overtake the National Assembly?
In the first place, all the activities of IPOB, did he go beyond the southeast?
Is the southeast not part of Nigeria?
Did he go beyond the southeast?
What activities of IPOB are you referring to?
The agitation.
The agitation.
Was it not within the southeast region?
The question about the agitation was the agitation was not authorized by the government of the day. The southeast is still part of Nigeria.
What agitation? What are you saying is not authorized? Authorized by who?
Okay, what agitation are you referring to? What aspect of the agitation are you referring to?
Nnamdi is agitating for self-determination, which is inside in the constitution. Even the UN recognize it.
Okay.
So what is the problem there?
So no, you're referencing what Nnamdi Kanu said to the southeast. What activities took place in the southeast? He was saying that
they agitated, they are sensitizing the people that yes,
we have been Barrister Darlington, Nnamdi Kanu was the one agitating.
IPOB as an organization, and he's the leader of that group. He has never denied IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu never denied IPOB.
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, what other means in the agitation could you consider to have been unlawful that may have threatened the sanity of the federal government or of the country?
Look, Esther, the federal government is shopping for what? Evidence. They don't have any. They don't have any.
So there is no evidence. So the question is, why is the trial ongoing then if there is no evidence?
Esther, look, after God, the next power is government. Are you aware?
Barrister, we need clear terms.
I am telling you now that, look, government can put you away now. Government can put you away. There are so many people in detention now.
The evidence isn't the evidence that the federal government would say they have. Could it be the expletives, the things he said? Is that what they want to use against him as evidence? Or they want to use certain directives, certain inconsistencies in the southeast and pin it on him? Remember, Barrister Darlington, that Asari Dokubo talked about certain persons that he was contracted to bring into the southeast. I'm wondering why this kind of scenario is not in court.
Esther, these are your own permutation.
They're not my permutation, anything. Asari Dokubo said it himself.
I am telling you
that he was contracted by the Nigerian military. So how will you say it's my permutation?
Hold on now. This permutation, it doesn't fall into what is going on here. It doesn't.
Barrister, I'm not permutating. I'm asking you direct questions based on the Constitution. I just read out to you the Constitution.
When you read it out, hold on, Esther. Look, are you trying to judge this case or what?
I'm not judging. We're just wanting to have a level understanding of what it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Seriously, it doesn't. Whatever I say here does not even. Government know what they are doing. They are looking for a scapegoat here. Are you the way you are saying it? Aso Rock is working for the federal government. What is treason there?
So it's not treason.
He's working for the federal government.
Did the federal government come out openly to say that we contracted him?
When he said it, did they deny it?
Okay, fine. They did not deny it. So because that is not considered treason. It does consider treason to annihilate a particular region. It's not considered treason.
Esther, Asari Dokubo is working for the federal government. He said they contracted him, and he mentioned it not once, not twice. Okay. So if you are working for the federal government, how can that be treason? Tell me. Did he try to overthrow the federal government?
Did Nnamdi Kanu bring in men to cause chaos in the country?
I said they want to put him away because of his agitation, Esther. That is all. Nothing else. No other region in Nigeria have agitated in the manner that Nnamdi Kanu did. He took his own outside this country to the UN. Everybody is aware, the worldwide. That is what is going on here. He was not calling for arms overthrow of the government. No, he didn't. He was saying things trying to make the whole world know what is going on here.
The question now is the federal government holding on to the words that he said and having to pin certain actions on him? Actions that, as Sarido Kubo said, he was contracted by the Nigerian military actually escalate in the southeast.
For you to do this, for you to even secure a conviction, the intention is there and the physical action is there.
The intention is there.
After Nnamdi Kanu made his speeches, did he bring in terrorists like these other people did in the north into Nigeria? Esther, I am asking you a question now. Did Nnamdi Kanu, did you see? You remember during the prosecution, they were asking him, "Are you acting alone or with some people?" You see, do you know why they asked that question? They want to link it with what? Treason. You see it? He couldn't have done that alone. So that was why he said he spoke on himself, by himself, all by himself. But these other people went to bring in terrorists into Nigeria. In fact, the federal government is even whining and dining with the terrorists. Come on. So, is it what I will say here now that will make a difference? When you are aware that the federal government used to send emissaries to these terrorists who are from other countries. One of them was so arrogant that he just released 100 of his captors, Nigerians in his custody, just 2 weeks ago. Is that not true? How many people was in Nnamdi Kanu's custody that he just released? Look, there are things you want to discuss. You will now ask yourself, is this justice? Look, like I will ever tell them, there are 1,001 Nnamdi Kanus waiting in the wings. As long as you don't do justice, there will be no peace. Take it or leave it. It is injustice that this young man is fighting. And if you don't do that justice, forget it. After him, many more will rise up until justice is done.
President Darlington, the Nigerian government closed its terrorism case against Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the question is this. On what ground did the government of the day initiate this case against him, knowing quite well that he was kidnapped? 1, 2. Why was he still ordered? Why did the judge still order Nnamdi Kanu's legal team to file a no-case submission? Why did they order his legal team to file a no-case submission? Why is he still being detained in DSS custody despite several appeals by the convictions rather from the Court of Appeal concerning his release and bail condition and payment of damages? These are questions that we just need to understand. And Nnamdi Kanu has denied and actually said that he did not commit anything that you would consider terrorism related or treasonable felony at all. He has distanced himself from it. So we need to understand the legality and the technicality of this case. It's not bad to just understand the basis so that it's not like people are reacting sentimentally.
Everybody is aware of what the federal government is doing. That they just want to deal with this man even outside the law. Because most of the things that they are accusing him it cannot be substantiated. That was why even the Court of Appeal released him. So what else do you want me to say there? Everybody know that this thing is unjust. What will I say now that will make a difference? The government knows what they are doing. They know. Because we know people who have done 10 times worse than Nnamdi Kanu in this country. And yet they are walking about free. But he must be held down. What do you think is going on here? You want me to say what I want to say now? You now say, no, you don't want tribal institution, this and that. If it is not, why are those people in the north not being heard? Esther.
Could this be that his situation falls under another category? Because in 2015, what he was apprehended for was criminal conspiracy, intimidation, and membership of an illegal organization. This was what the DSS actually filed as a suit against him. They do not recognize IPOP, so him being part of the organization is illegal. That's one. Criminal conspiracy, intimidation. What criminal conspiracy? Criminal conspiracy to do what?
Esther, look, the way you are taking this matter is like
I I knew. We are following the case. We're not supposed to report precisely what's going on in court beyond a reported version of the day's activity.
Listen very well.
Okay.
This thing you are trying to find out is known to everybody. So
it's known to everyone. Are you sure?
What is the need? Trying to stress it here is a waste of time.
You can't say everybody knows.
Yes,
people do not really know how this thing started and what it involves.
This matter has been discussed severally. The case of everybody is on the know. And I'm telling you here that the federal government have their mindset. Are you getting what I'm saying? They want to hold on to something that they will hold on to and then deal with Nnamdi Kanu. That is all. I've given you synopsis here. Any other thing you are talking now, it is like pouring water on stone. Because if they wanted to, an appeal court said that they don't even have a law on that rendition matter. They don't have a law to prosecute this guy. The woman Binta Nyako said it. So what else do you want me to say, Esther? No, tell me what? The government is the one at fault here. But like a government, they will not accept that they are at fault.
What's the difference between IPOB and Biafra?
A lot.
There's a difference between IPOB and Biafra.
Yes.
Can you help us read that out?
IPOB is just an organization that is fighting for self-determination.
Okay. Yeah.
Biafra is a state that never was.
A state that never was.
Yes, it's a state
nation that never was.
Yes.
Okay, so if the federal government, according to the federal government, is proscribing IPOB, did they proscribe Biafra?
Sorry?
If they proscribe
after
IPOB,
the war, there was no more Biafra now.
There was no more Biafra?
Yes, that was part of the condition for surrender. That they don't want, we have what Gowon said about it, that nobody should use that name again and all that. And so, that was the end of the matter. Shouldn't Nnamdi Kanu still be in detention by now?
No.
Good. So what do you want me to be ranting here?
What happens? Nobody. Yes. You're not ranting, sir.
No. To some people, no. As far as they are concerned, I'm ranting because it's my brother. I can talk. No, you will hear what they will say now when we start receiving call. They don't want to hear this other aspect concerning Nnamdi and what he's fighting for.
Why would you be concerned about what people?
That's what I'm saying. So in this case now, we are looking up to the federal government to do the needful. Okay. So that you don't come and say, even when they wanted to do process here, based on hindsight and what I know about this federal government, did I not say that people should tread with caution? Did I not say it here? Because I know that no government in the world will accept pressure, that an individual, a group, is pressurizing them to do whatever. Maybe there have been discussion behind closed door on what they want Nnamdi Kanu to do. Igboho, one of the conditions is that he will not come back here and agitate for Oduduwa Republic. Is that now why he's still in Germany? Esther, when he left the Republic of Benin, did he come here? He's still there. He's still over there. That was one of the conditions. They don't want to see him. If not, they will have removed the wanted list they placed him by DSS for him to come back. So there are things that you cannot say, but it is obvious to everybody. It's obvious. Nnamdi Kanu is under what? Persecution, not prosecution. The mere fact that they are giving him 6 days to prepare for a case like this, does it not tell you something? Am I the one that will say, no, they should not do it again? You can see. This case, everybody knows the genesis. They were protesting without even a stick. They were just marching, doing parade, That is all. But because the thing was gaining momentum, people are beginning to listen to him and all that. The federal government under Buhari became what? Agitated. And then released the army on them and started killing wherever they are seen. They are is that not what happened? Most Nigerians don't know this, Esther. They didn't know where this young man said, look, we are going to defend ourselves. It was at Enugu, in a primary school where they went to hold a meeting that morning. I don't know who told them. The police and army went there, surrounded the place and opened up fire. Only few of them left that spot. Only few of them left that spot.
But we've seen videos of Igboho with some traditional leaders very recently when he returned. I think the talk is for his accounts to be unfrozen because they froze all his accounts and to remove that whole whatever on his back as to the fact that he is a wanted person. They, you know, that's what he asked the government of the day to erase. But a couple of persons said he has shown humility, he has shown remorse, and that is one aspect that has worked for him.
Why can't they give such a privilege to Nnamdi Kanu? Why? All the while he was in prison, did the DSS say that he was
what
fighting?
If there are conditions that he has refused to adhere to?
Like what?
Maybe they've asked him no longer to agitate for IPOB. They've asked him to stop all of that agenda. What if he declined?
I am telling Nnamdi Kanu here. These are part of the reason why Abiola is not alive today.
Okay.
Abacha gave him conditional bail, which he refused. In fact, Nadeko told him, don't agree. Can a son be a slave in his father's house? Abacha said, look, forget this your agitation. Go anywhere, go and treat yourself and all that. But Nadeko told Abiola not to agree. They told him not to agree. You can imagine. So if such offer have come to you, Nnamdi Kanu, take it. I'm saying it here openly, take it. It is, they say, he who fights and run away live to fight another day.
So if they ask him to stop
if they give you such, I'm just saying it too.
Okay.
If they give you such condition, take it. After all, you're a UK citizen. You can go back there.
You remember when Justice Binta Nyako had actually asked that the team of Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government
should look for political solution.
It took a very long time.
They did.
We heard that maybe that was one of the conditions, and he did not. You know,
but it was not clearly stated.
We don't know.
Yes. So we don't know. But I know that the moves were made, but we don't know what transpired. But whatever condition, Nnamdi Kanu, whatever condition they have given you, take it. At least get out of that place. Go back to your UK days.
What if he's released, but they don't give him his passport?
Sorry?
Because what if he's released and his passport is not given to him?
What are you saying? How will he now leave Nigeria? That will be part of the condition. Go back to where you are now. You cannot start a war from UK now. You can't.
But most of the broadcasts were done there.
No. Whatever you are broadcasting, you can no longer. Simon Egba was broadcasting from Finland. So all this is a thing that will teach you a lesson. They said the wise man, how many times will something happen to you before you learn? He said no. He will use what happened to others to learn a lesson.
All right. Barrister, by tomorrow, Nnamdi Kanu will commence cross-examination with his witnesses. I don't know if they've been able to send the summons to them. The court has summoned that they must all appear. They've approved of his witnesses. The court has said that they should be summoned. So from tomorrow, his cross-examination with his defense will begin. He has no legal representative. He is one presenting or representing himself. So I don't, well, like I said, his days are already counting as from yesterday. They only gave him 24 hours. So right now, the summons and the dispatch have been sent to all the witnesses that, you know, he reeled out yesterday. So from tomorrow, he'll appear in court, and then we get to hear and see what that would entail. And if nobody comes, we don't know what it means. How many persons per day, since it's 6 days, that you would need to speak with or cross-examine will all be determined by the court.
Where is Kanu Agabi, the former Attorney General? And
that is his lead counsel. Didn't you hear me say that they have all been discarded? He has asked them to step down.
No, Nnamdi Kanu cannot do that.
What do you mean Nnamdi Kanu cannot do that?
No. You can't take such a risk, you know. What are you saying? No matter how knowledgeable.
Didn't you listen to the news?
I know.
Didn't you see the video?
I am advising against it. No matter how.
They even addressed the press. Oh God.
I know what. Look, Esther, I'm not doubting you, but I'm telling that it's not proper.
It's not proper.
That's what I'm saying.
But the court accepted. The court accepted him to represent himself.
I mean, they want him to rope himself in now. No matter how knowledgeable you are, you will not know the legal terminologies that will ensue. They will use it against you. Yes, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. A man was somewhere where they wrote an agreement to somewhere. And he saw consideration. He was asking them, what am I going to consider here?
Well, Barrister,
he didn't know that we are talking about money.
For him to propose
So what I'm saying here is that he should not do that. He shouldn't.
Well,
nobody should advise him to go that route, no matter the.
Does it sound like someone that was advised to go that route?
I don't know.
This decision, does it sound like somebody advised him?
He has done it before. He has done it before. and I kicked against it. In fact, there was a time he insulted everybody from the
well,
south.
Barrister, the thing is, tomorrow Nnamdi Kanu is presenting his case.